have with us Mr. Yamamoto-san, Executive Director of the National Tourism Organization, and Mr. Tashiro-san, sumo wrestler all the way from Japan. Welcome. So Japan, as we all know, is a destination of unique culture, traditions, innovations, and cherry blossoms. Japan brings to India a unique campaign, The Goodness of Japan. Today, we are in conversation with Mr. Yamamoto-san, who is the Executive Director of JNTU, and the famous Japanese sumo wrestler, Mr. Tashiro-san, to talk more about the campaign and this very beautiful destination, which we're all really waiting to visit once things get back to normal. So, Mr. Yamamoto-san, tell us, what are the steps taken by the tourism for the safety of tourists and for the locals?
Hi everyone, I'm Yusuke Yamamoto. I joined from Delhi. Yes, we are facing the pandemic of COVID-19, but Japan situation getting better. Number of patients is very small number compared to other countries.
Okay.
And yes, domestic travel is arriving in Japan. So many transportation and tourist spot preparing sanitization, keeping distance to receive the customer traveler from domestic market. So now they are preparing and have an experience to receive traveler in safe.
Okay, so you have with you the famous Japanese sumo wrestler and Mr. Tashiro. So can I ask a question to him? What did you find interesting about India when you visited India?
田代さん、インドにお越しになったときに、どういうところが楽しかったですか、面白かったですか？
僕、インドに4回行ってるんですけど。
I've been to India 4 times. And India, I find it very, very powerful. Each time I visit, powerful country.
みんな元気。
Everybody's happy, energetic.
日本はちょっと静かですね。
Japan, compared to India, Japan is maybe a little bit too quiet. We are too quiet people.
I miss India ですよ。I miss India. インドは恋しいです。
Yes, I would love to visit India again soon.
Oh, we are waiting for that as well. I hope we can do that really, really soon. And we would like to interview you in person. That would be so much nicer. And what are the sustainability measures that have been taken by Japan to promote ecotourism?
So basically, Japan is known as a very eco-friendly country. So people's mind is very eco-friendly. Actually, I'm from Yokohama, a major city in Japan, nearby Tokyo. And for throw away the trash, we segregate over 10 kinds of the trash. Can and the grass and the paper and other kind of the trash. So people's mind is very eco-friendly. And regarding the travel, of course, during the travel, the mind is very eco-friendly. So, for example, in some area in Japan, for example, Ose area, Ose is a very famous nature place in Japan, nearby Tokyo. Water wetland is very famous in that village. So to visit that places, number of people is restricted per day to preserve the nature. And people must accompany with a guide, and people mind how to preserve, keep that nature to the next generation. So,
tell us, what are the future plans? What can we expect from Japan tourism?
Now, travel to Japan from India is not affordable. But in the future, each country, Indian side and Japan side, preparing in the future, for the future. So, for example, vaccination in India is very big number now. It has started to vaccine to the elderly people and medical work. So I think in the near future, each country open the border and international travel will start again. So as I mentioned, travel industry in Japan, like transportation and hotels and tourist spot, preparing how to receive the customer from overseas by receiving the domestic customer.
Okay.
So you can see that in the movie of Tashiro-san, how they are preparing sanitization or safety.
Yes, that's true. I mean, we are all hoping that things get better soon, Right now, of course, India is not in the best of situation, but I think hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll be much better. So my next question is for Toshiro-san. Toshiro-san, did you find anything similar between India and Japan?
日本とインドで何らか、共通するような点って気づかれましたか？なんか感じましたか？
そうですね。日本の人もこうお祈りをしたりすることが多いんですけど、インドの人もとても、お祈りをするなという自然に感謝をしたり、なので撮影中も僕は一緒に主人公の人シバという人と空にお願いをしたり、山にお願いしたり、海にお願いしたり、いつもそういうお祈りをしてました。それすごい共通点だなと思います。
Yes, I find what particularly similar to from Japan to India is that we pray. We give thanks to the nature. We pray for our life and we pray for the power of life, to the nature, to thanking other people. So when I was in this film Sumo, my co-partner actor Shiva-san, Mr. Shiba, we used to pray towards the sky, towards the mountain, towards the sea to thank every day that we were able to do this shoot. So I think that part of our culture, we have a similarity together.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And do you enjoy Indian food? And what's your favorite dish, Indian dish?
インド料理お好きですか？どれが一番お好きですか？
はい、大好きです。
I love it very much.
僕は何でも好きですけど、ビリヤニ、サモサ、タンドリーチキン、and Kingfisher beer.
So I love all sorts of Indian foods that you can hear: biryani, samosas, and tandoori chicken, and most of all, wash it down with Kingfisher beer. I love it so much.
Oh,
And
nice.
Ladu, I like ladu.
Like ladu.
Yes.
So it's obviously he has a sweet tooth if he loves the laddu so much.
甘いもの、甘党なんですねって、それ、ラドゥ。
甘いの大好きです。甘いの大好き。
Yes, I love sweet stuff, yes.
And what about Japanese food? What Japanese food would you recommend to us to eat?
で、日本料理の中でインドの方々にお勧めするようなものありますか？
はい。お寿司ですね。お寿司。
寿司、寿司。
はい。魚がダメだと人もいると思うんですけど、日本には、カラフルなベジタリアンの野菜のお寿司がありますから、ぜひそれを食べてもらいたいですね。
I believe some people in India, or many people in India, might not be favoring to fish or raw fish because that's what sushi is made of majorly. But there's also alternative of vegetarian sushi that prepare with just the vegetable and rice, and they're really pretty and they're also healthy and very tasty. So I recommend Indian people to try vegetarian sushi.
Oh yeah, we love sushi. I think most Indians love the sushi. So now my next question is for Mr. Yamamoto-san. What are the tips you would like to give to tourists as an insider's guide about Japan's tradition?
Many Indian travelers have image of Japan, like city of Tokyo, Mount Fuji, cherry blossom, and a traditional town in Kyoto. But I recommend hot spring to experience hot spring in Japanese onsen. Yes. So this hot spring in Japan is not only boiled water. So that water contains the minerals. So government appoint the minerals in the water, hot water. So this hot spring has a meditation power.
All right.
So Japanese people go to hot spring, not only the relaxing, but also the curing some illness.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So this is very special. Yes. So I recommend hot spa in Japan.
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes Japanese hot spring is sometimes difficult for Indian people. Some bath is public. So yes, of course there is a private bath. So many private baths. But I recommend a hot bath. It's very easy to experience and very low price. Some train station there is a free hot spa. Yes. So many families also can enjoy that hot spa easy. So please experience this foot spa.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we'd love to. But tell me, we all know that wellness tourism is going to become a very big thing as we go forward because everybody's become so conscious about themselves and their health and wellness. So, what does Japan have to offer? Of course, you said hot springs. That's very important. What else does Japan have to offer in terms of wellness?
So there is many temples in Japan because Japan is a Buddhist country and so many temples. So at the temple, you can experience Zen meditation.
Right.
Yes, please
Okay.
keep mind very pure and safety and very calm situation. So it is one kind of the wellness, I think.
Of course, that's an
Yes,
important part
yes,
of it.
yes, yes. So please experience that kind of the meditation in temple.
Okay, that's a different kind. So
Because Buddhism in Japan from India.
yeah. So tell us, when we visit Japan, are there any particular traditions that we should be mindful of? Traditions that we should follow when we visit Japan? We should be careful about certain things, not to hurt the sentiments of people. What are the certain traditions that we should be very mindful of?
So in Japanese tradition, to keep clean and tidying up and to be kind to the other people. This is the tradition and the culture of Japanese.
Right.
So once you travel in Japan, easily you can find and experience the kindness of the people and the clean city and the clean room in the hotel. I think easily you can experience that essence of the Japanese culture and mind.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the Japanese people are, we all know, very kind and very considerate. That we all know. So my next question is for Mr. Toshiro-san. What does sumo wrestling actually mean to you, Mr. Toshiro-san?
田代さん、相撲とは、ご自身の中でどういった意味を持っていますか？
そうですね、僕8歳から相撲をやって今までずっと相撲に関わる仕事をしてきているので、僕にとってはもう相撲は人生というか、大切なものですね。
Since I have started sumo practice since when I was 8 years old, and then all the way till now. So every day since then, sumo has involved so many important key parts of my life. So obviously, I can say the same thing about sumo. Sumo is my life.
Okay, that's really nice, and we hope we can see you sometime in India doing something interesting. So I'll come back to Mr. Yamamoto-san. Tell us, what is Japan planning to do to revive the tourism sector after the pandemic?
Yes. So now, as I mentioned, now domestic travel in Japan is still alive, and the people's mind have changed because before the COVID, people get together and go to travel, and there is so many people in the tourist spot. But Japan is not only city side, but also the many nature spots, as I mentioned, like a mountain side or seaside and island, so many places to visit for safety.
Right.
Yeah, after COVID. So according to the change of the people's mind, we'd like to introduce new places and unfound destination in Japan to Indian market. This time, Tashiro-san traveled to Okinawa, southernmost island in Japan. So this is very new in India, but it is very common destination in Japan.
Is Japan actually open to tourism right now? Are tourists coming into Japan?
Unfortunately, right now, overseas traveler cannot enter to Japan.
Okay, nobody can enter Japan right now.
Yes. So now only domestic customer traveler can travel inside Japan.
Okay. So when do you anticipate that it will open up to international travelers?
So this is a very difficult question. Not only to Japan, yes, but
it will depend on. There's no plan as yet.
Yes. So now we can expect when we will open or not. But I realize in both countries, vaccination is very high number. Yes. So I hope that soon this international travel will come back.
And how is the Tokyo Olympics panning out? What is the status of the Tokyo Olympics right now?
So almost 100 days before Olympic before Olympic Games start. And the organizer of the Olympic Games are officially announced. They not receive overseas spectator in this time. So only domestic spectator, domestic traveler only can observe the game sport. But I realize maybe on TV or on web, many Indian people can watch the sports like badminton, wrestling, and shooting. Yes, I hope Indian athlete get a medal in this sports.
Yes. Yeah, I know we're all going through a difficult time. In fact, the whole world is going through a difficult time, and we're all hopeful that maybe a few months down the line we'll all be able to travel wherever we can travel, and we're hoping that you come back to India soon. So thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure talking to you, and we are hoping that things become better so that I can speak to you personally next time. And thank you. To Toshiro-san, thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure meeting you. And Mr. Yamamoto-san, we hope you come back to India soon. And thank you so much for
my pleasure.
All right. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.